Calling on Skype, Watered 103. What's up? Hello, you're on Skype. You're calling on Skype? Hello? Got to turn your microphone on. You got to talk. Hello?
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 Hello? Can you hear me?
Yes. Can you hear me? Yes.
Yes, I can hear you.
What's on your mind?
Yeah, sorry. Yeah, I'm a libertarian, and I know you like to talk with libertarians. You're amused by them. So I'm here to kind of amuse you.
Yeah. Well, I appreciate that.
Defend, like-
You already, I got to tell you, you managed to be amusing just in the phone issues you were having at the beginning. But continue, please.
Yeah, sorry, I was listening to your live stream, and it's not. It doesn't matter.
Okay.
Yeah, so I wanted to know. I listened, watched several of the podcasts where you talk with libertarians, and you have strong grips with libertarianism. So I wanted to kind of defend those positions. Like, I would like you to tell me what problems you have with libertarianism, so I can help you maybe develop your knowledge of libertarianism.
Well, I guess my primary problem with libertarians is this notion that we can have a free market, that one exists anywhere. But I guess, I mean, it depends on what kind of libertarian you are, because I would argue that as soon as we have governments, we don't have a free market, that free markets can't exist in a vacuum. But then there's some libertarians that say we shouldn't have a government. And so I don't know. I mean, I really have a problem with everything that's libertarian. I don't know. Short of some policies where, you know, there's some overlap, dealing with things like some elements of the drug war and some elements of intervention and foreign wars, but just about everything else. All the stuff that really makes libertarianism libertarian is what I have a problem with.
Well, what I would tell you is, well, I know you said that every libertarian you have the show says that the other libertarians are not real libertarians.
Yes, every libertarian tells me that.
Yeah. What really happens there is, I think they are all kind of, most of them are wrong, in the sense that they want to define your...
Hello? Did your phone just go out? Oh my God, his phone just cut out.
I'm a libertarian, man.
Oh, wait a second. No, wait, stay there. I think maybe my phone cut out. Hold on, caller. Stay on the line. He can't hear me.
You think I'm a fucking joke, man?
I think that was my caller, my phone that
You don't
went
want
out.
to deregulate the economy?
I think my phone just said,
well, say
screw
hello
it. Hold
to
on.
the libertarian
now,
guy.
I wonder if he's just continued to go on and slag other libertarians, which would be horrible.
Thank you for your patience.
Sometimes maybe aggression is the answer, but I generally want to avoid it, right?
Wait, I'm sorry. Could you just say that last part again? I'm sorry. You cut out. You cut out just after you said the other libertarians are wrong.
Okay. What I say is that libertarian. I'm a libertarian because I think we should try to solve the problems with more freedom in general.
Yeah, I don't know what that means. More freedom. Like, I don't know what that means. What does that mean?
Yeah.
Free from what?
Yeah. What it means. Yeah. Okay. What it means is less aggression. Like, let's try to find solutions that rely less on aggression.
I totally am for less aggression rather than more.
Yeah. Okay. So, from my point of view, that's a libertarian position.
Well, I mean,
right?
okay. You could also tell me from your point of view, wearing, your pants wearing your underwear underneath your pants is also a libertarian position. But I would say just because you do that and you identify as a libertarian doesn't mean it's a libertarian. I mean, I don't know where anybody who espouses, let's say, a leftist ideology would say, like, I am for more aggression whenever possible. I don't think that's really a political ideology. I don't even think people who I think are more aggressive would even articulate that. So, I mean, to a large extent, I mean, that's a nice sentiment, and I think that's good. But you know, it doesn't really mean anything until you start talking about policy. So in other words, like, I believe that for a government to function and for a society to function, then everyone has to agree that there will be a government authority, and that they will have a monopoly of force. I believe that's inevitable. Somebody's going to have a monopoly of force unless you have an ongoing civil war. And in that case, then there'll be some parity. And I don't think that's a pleasant experience either. So ultimately, somebody's going to have the monopoly of force. Do you not believe that we should live in a society with a monopoly of force?
I think we should try to avoid it. But maybe you're right. Maybe it's possible that actually you have the right answer. Maybe we should have some kind of monopoly of force.
Yeah.
I mean, obviously, when it comes to having a monopoly of force, it means what we as society allow that monopoly of force to do, right?
Right.
And I think it's better if we just we go to solve problems with a mindset to minimize what we allow that monopoly of force to do. Because the more power we give to that monopoly of force, it seems, based on the evidence I see historically, it seems societies tend to do worse.
Yeah,
That's
but here's the thing: is I don't think that necessarily that all power is the same. Like, I think it's a problem to give the government more power to surveil you, but I have no problem in giving the government more power to build a public railway system, for instance. I think that would be a good thing. I think it's a problem to give the government more power to summarily execute people, but I think it's a good thing to give them more power to deliver the mail efficiently. I think it's a bad thing to give them the power to not present evidence at a trial, but I think it's a good thing to give them the ability to make sure that everyone has access to health care. I mean, you know, I think it's very dangerous to just make these blanket statements without, you know, sort of connecting them to reality, because I'm not interested in living like a religious fundamentalist who is only going to be concerned with a pre-existing set of principles that I have that I'm going to apply to the world very rigidly because I have to have fealty to that set of principles. The only principles I have is what works best for as many people as possible.
Well, I'm the same field as you. I think exactly like that. The problem is, and what makes me more libertarian than you, because I think it's important, the semantic talk. I think we can't really say you're libertarian or you're not. I think you are more closer to libertarianism or farther away from it. I think you are farther away from me, and probably that is because when you did try to find what's real and what's not, you find out, okay, it seems that...
But don't you understand that in saying, what you're telling me is that everybody's a libertarian, just some people are closer to the libertarian truth than others. And to me, that is a religious construct. We're all Christians. Some have just fallen and need to be back and need to accept Jesus in their life more. That's all.
This is a semantic discussion, but okay, if you want to have it, let's have it.
No, I don't, honestly.
No,
you called.
Okay. No, but you wanted to shift the conversation to the semantics.
No,
part.
let's talk about policy. I'm not interested in talking about semantics at all.
Yeah, you said no, you can't say this is a libertarian. You wanted to talk about the semantic part, but okay, let's forget it.
Jetpack.
Yeah, it seems that what it comes down to is that on some policies, you think aggression is good, and in others don't. I think there are less policies where I think aggression is good. But it comes down to, it comes down to, like, we should, like, go over every policy. That's sorry for my pronunciation. It's not quite good. We should go point by point, and, of course, we don't have the time to do that. But, yeah, okay, maybe we should just go to a specific point where you think libertarian. Yeah. But I'm going to say, I like you. I mean, if you show me that libertarianism doesn't produce good results, I mean, more freedom doesn't produce, less aggression doesn't produce good results, yeah, okay, I want to accept that.
Well, I'm not proposing, okay, I'll tell you where it doesn't produce good results. Parking. If we don't have the aggression of a tow truck coming to take away cars that haven't moved their car when it's time for the street cleaners to come by, then we're going to have really dirty streets, and hygiene's going to be a problem. We need that aggression that's involved in a tow truck. But you're a libertarian, so you'd be against that. We just need to keep putting nice notes on people's cars and say, please move next time.
Well, that's not true. The libertarians don't necessarily disagree with you. In fact, I agree with you.
Oh, so
because I don't think. But yeah, because I don't think.
But you just asked me for an example of where we need more aggression, and that's where we need more aggression.
Okay. Yeah, the problem is I would disagree. We need aggression for that, in the sense that the road, the streets are owned right now in a collective way, right? It's in a more socialist way. So actually, we as a society own that. So yeah, we
So you're saying there'd be less aggression if we had a private owner who would own that street?
Well, what I'm saying is that it's not aggression. It's the owner of the streets does that, and we all own it in some way. So what aggression is that aggression is when I have property, and someone comes and attacks that property. That's aggression.
Well, okay.
So that's not an example of more aggression because, I mean.
Okay. Well, how about this? You're spewing. I don't know. You're dumping hazardous chemicals into your piece of property. Okay. And you're digging it down and. We say that now it's very aggressive of the government to say you can't do that. And you say, no, it's my property. I can bury that uranium down there if I want. Right?
Well, yeah, it really depends on what effect that will have on the property of others.
Well, I mean, down the road, buddy, you're not going to live forever. That property is going to be somebody else's down the road. And so don't you think it's a good idea? Because you're basically just kicking the can down the road. Somebody else is going to have to deal with that.
Yes, I would say this is an argument of capitalism versus socialism, so to speak. Like how much the land is my own. Yeah. And yeah, I think in general, societies that are
that's where I think aggression, as you define it, is good. I don't think we should allow people to put dangerous chemicals into the ground because I don't know how they ever come out. Huh?
Yeah. Do you have evidence? Do you have evidence that societies that allow or forbid people to do that do better or worse?
Read on the history of super funds, because we used to in this country allow people to do that, and now we're all having to pay for it through these super funds. They're called super fund cleanups. Okay, Google that. And then we'll talk another time. Okay. Appreciate the phone call.
Okay.
Bye.
Okay, bye.
Hello, you. I'm Sam Seder. Looking for smart progressive talk that is occasionally amusing? Well, subscribe to our YouTube feed. Subscribe to our podcast. Like us on Facebook. And just generally enjoy us.